a lot of your clubs to speak with this super PAC that I used to work with called Ready for Hillary. Clearly somebody took notice because now she's running. I'm very excited about it. So I just wanted to thank you all so much for being here today in the Democratic Executive Committee of Pasco County. I've gotten a chance to meet many of you from my travels working with Ready for Hillary as I have traveled all over the state of Florida, even the reddest of areas. And I will tell you, I have a big Hillary following in the villages. The villages, there are Democrats that live there. 33,000 registered Democrats in the villages, a population of 115,000 people. That is not bad at all. We need to pull votes everywhere we can to make sure that we turn Florida blue for whoever is the Democratic nominee for president in 2016. Of course, my name is Darr, and I want to personally thank the Pasco County DEC Chair. Who are you? There you are, Michael Ledbetter. Thank you so much for inviting me here today, and everyone else that is here that has put so much of this wonderful work in putting together this fundraiser for the Pasco County DEC, and all of the work that this will do in raising these funds to ensure that we elect other Democrats down the ticket in 2016, especially re-electing Amanda Murphy to the State House. I've spent so much time here that she and I often keep in contact, and when I was here in this very room in January talking about Ready for Hillary, she had informed me that we have but 39 Democrats in the State House. It's appalling. We wonder why we have so many of the horrible pieces of legislation that are just being passed by a super majority in both the State House and the State Senate, and it's the Republicans. But next year, we are going to change that because we are going to turn out the vote for Democrats and middle-class families all over this state. 2016 is truly the year of the Democratic woman, whoever she is. Better listening. From the top of the ticket all the way down, Betty Lee Ledbetter, are you listening?
I do.
Yeah, good. Before I speak briefly today about Hillary for America, which is the presidential campaign of former Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, I would be doing myself and all of us as Democrats a disservice if I were not going to briefly acknowledge the tragic situation that has happened in Charleston, South Carolina. More than 50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. told the families of the girls killed in the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, that you do not walk alone. Today we say to the families of Mother Emanuel and to all of the people of Charleston, South Carolina, that you do not walk alone. You do not walk alone because millions of Americans, regardless of race or creed or ethnicity or religion, are walking with you. We here in Florida and in Pasco County are walking with you. In grief and solidarity and determination, we are with you. And we stand with you as we seek answers and take, hopefully, action. And doing everything we can to ensure that we take preventative measures to ensure that tragic situations like this do not happen again in the future. Hillary Clinton had just said most of these very profound words at the National Association of Latino Elected Officials in Las Vegas, Nevada this past week. Now, I love Pasco County. I will tell you, in the 28 counties that I've been to in the state of Florida, even the Panhandle, all the way to Escambia County even, that Pasco County, I'm so happy to always come back here. I'm so warmly welcomed, and this has such a constructive way of going about with your dialogue with each other, and it truly is inspiring. I'm so happy to continuously come back here, not to talk about Hillary, but talk about issues that we should put forth as progressives and as Democrats. I was just here speaking last weekend with the president of the Democratic Women's Club of Pasco County, and that is June Keener. And if you haven't joined that group, you really should. They are a great active group. And various members of the Democratic Women's Club of Pasco County, about a nonpartisan organization that I used to work with when I was in college called Moms Demand Action for Common Gun Sense in America. I spoke about many of the state laws having to do with guns that have just passed through this past session, that Representative Amanda Murphy and Democrats from all over the state had to fight against in both the State House and in the State Senate. I spoke about the need for the Democratic Party nationally, as well as at the state level here in Florida, to put on the front lines of our party's platform to ensure that we elect Democrats that are not going to run from the issues that help to shape the fabric of our lives and fight back against many of these policies that are hurting our families, our children, our communities, specifically those having to do with guns and gun violence. Now, we need to elect a leader at the national level who is going to take on the gun lobby, the special interests, the National Rifle Association, and I'm here to tell you that that person is former Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now, this is very personal for me because my brother was shot when I was in second grade. And this is one of the many reasons, that I am so invested in Hillary Clinton and ensuring that she is elected as the next president of the United States, and that we deliver her Florida and turn Florida blue down the ticket if she is the Democratic nominee for president. Now, I use the word if because this isn't a coronation. This is my turn. Now, we realize, as does Secretary Clinton, that we have to earn every vote. And that is why I'm going to keep coming back to Pasco County. I'm going to keep coming all over the state because I realize that we have to earn those votes and support. I'm here to earn your support for Secretary Clinton to fight for us as president in the years ahead of 2016. And I'm here today because of the future and the weighing of the balance in the United States history, and that is the Supreme Court of the United States. Whoever is elected as president, whether it's a Democrat or Republican, has the opportunity to appoint 4 Supreme Court justices. I'm 24. I have a long time to be here. That's my future. That's Roe v. Wade. That's gay marriage. That's the Affordable Care Act. That's guns. That's overturning Citizens United. That's so much that shapes the fabric of your lives, my lives, and future generations of children who need to live in a world and in a nation where they know that they can grow up to be whatever they want to be, and that they can truly live up to their own God-given potential. You know, over the past year, I have traveled all over the state of Florida, speaking to women, millennials, some of them will listen, seniors, veterans, and middle-class families about the need to elect Hillary Clinton as president so she can push forward and move forward an agenda that is progressive and fair to each and every single one of us, regardless of our financial background and our means and ways of life and where we come from and who we are as people. At Hillary for America, we have one goal throughout this current Democratic primary: engage with purpose, organize with heart, and win each and every single day. You know, Hillary Clinton just officially announced her campaign for president in Roosevelt Island just last week and dedicated its launch to the very important For Freedom speech by former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. A president who was bipartisan, pragmatic, and did what he needed to get America winning again. A champion of the middle class and so much of what we stand for today as Democrats in this room. We need happier days. Economic gains and wins for everyday Americans. We need a champion like President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Hillary Clinton is that champion who will give America a new deal and get American families winning again. You know, Hillary purposely chose Roosevelt Island because she wanted to really remind all of us, starting with you, of what we as a nation have done in the past and what we can do in the future when we work together, when we fight together to strengthen the basic bargain of America. Now, you know what that is, the basic bargain of America. It's the idea that no matter who you are, where you live, and yes, God willing, even who you love. If you work hard and you play by the rules, you deserve the opportunities, the same opportunities as anyone else, to make a good life for yourself, your children, and your families, while uplifting others in your communities out of poverty, and always, always, always moving forward the middle class. That is what Hillary for America is all about, and that has been the life work of Secretary Clinton. These are the principles that Hillary Clinton has fought through in her career as an attorney, an environmentalist, a human rights advocate, a public servant as First Lady of Arkansas of the United States, a United States Senator from New York, and as a Secretary of State under the Obama administration, an advocate of women, children, and families, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and, of course, as a Democrat. Hillary will do everything that she can try to create better opportunities for all Americans, regardless of their party affiliation. She wants to build an economy of tomorrow, not yesterday, that works for everyone, not just the privileged few, the 1%, and those at the top. Over the next weeks and months, Hillary will set an agenda not just for her running, but for us together in deciding what we will do as a nation to rebuild our government, what we will do to create American jobs and supporting small business owners, and fighting for our families, our labor unions, and our schools. Everybody has a role to play, and I personally am so thrilled as I supported Hillary in 2008 when I was 16. Believe it or not, I'm still not 16. I might look like I'm 17 and a half, but I have aged. I'm personally thrilled to see that so many people from all around the country and all over the state of Florida have pledged their passionate support in ensuring that they do everything that they can to elect Hillary Clinton as the next president. People from all over our nation are saying that they want to be a part of a better future, an America that is fair and works for each and every single one of us. People want to be able to move forward, and we will do that by electing Hillary Clinton as president. Now, it had taken a lot to recover from the Great Recession. It was really hard on people. And we, yes, under the Obama administration, have made significant, tremendous progress and steps in the right direction. But there is so much more to build upon and do to restore faith in our government and our standing in the world and rebuilding America's economy. So many lost homes. They lost jobs. They couldn't go to college. They couldn't save for retirement. And now we are standing again, yet we are not yet running. And I am absolutely confident that we can run together for the kind of gains and opportunities we will have together when we elect Hillary Clinton as president. And if you ask me, I kind of skip happened here. It takes a Clinton to clean up after a Bush. And I refuse, being a registered Democrat in the state of Florida, to ever hear the words, or say the words, President Jeb Bush, ever. You know, this is about so many issues that, again, shape the fabric of our lives. It's fighting for universal health care coverage that is of good quality, universal, and affordable. Paid family leave, because no mother or father should be expected to go back to work 2 weeks after they have a child. They need time to be able to spend and bond with that baby, to get to know that baby. Paid sick leave, protecting and strengthening Social Security and Medicaid expansion, protecting and providing the promises that we have pledged to the brave young men and women who have served our nation, and ensuring that they get the benefits that they were promised and that they are entitled to no matter what the cost. Closing income inequality gaps so others aren't constantly living paycheck to paycheck, having to choose between rent and groceries, utility bills, and healthcare costs, but still hoping that they have a little money left over at the end of the month to care for themselves, their children, and their families, and again hoping that they don't get sick. Because even though the Affordable Care Act is a step in the right direction, there are so many Americans that don't have the financial means to even afford health insurance. All of this by taking head-on income inequality that exists between men and women in this country, fighting for women's reproductive health care, which, yes, includes access to abortion, which should be legal, safe, and very rare, and women having the rights to their own bodies, and those in the LGBT community being able to marry the person that they love and having the same rights and opportunities as anyone else. All of this, while we're building alliances and relationships with other nations and restoring America's integrity, leadership, and image around the world. You know, Hillary outlined what she wants to do for our economy, what she wants to do to make sure that we are strong and smart in the world, and fix our democracy by focusing on dark, unaccountable money, which is manipulating the entire political system, so much so that Hillary Clinton, if elected as president, has pledged to support a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United. We will not take steps forward as a nation unless that happens. So I asked that everyone, I wanted to keep this brief because I would like to do question and answer with everyone very shortly. I asked that everyone please get involved in this campaign and go to www.hillaryclinton.com. I have sign-up sheets over here. I will be going out to each and every single one of you individually myself. You know, this really, believe it or not, despite what the media and some others of both major political parties might say, this is not about Hillary. This is about you. Truly. This is about us, guys. About all the people who deserve a champion who's going to stand up for them and is ready to lead on day one. Hillary has been called a lot of things in her life, as we know, but one of them that she's never been called, Hillary Clinton is not a quitter. She has never quit, she never will, and neither can we. We learned a lot of lessons the hard way in 2014 because Democrats sat on their hands and they did not turn out and vote. And that cannot happen again. I remind you, the Supreme Court of the United States of America. We need a strong top ticket to ensure that those are progressive appointments. It's going to take more than a village, of course, to elect Hillary Clinton as president in 2016, so we must start organizing early, and the time is now to take on the Koch brothers and the $2.5 billion they have pledged to spend against Hillary Clinton if she is the presidential nominee, as well as the Republican machine. We should never quit on our country because it's never quit on us, and it's given us so much. We must fight to take back our country as well as our state. Hillary, again, is not running to represent some Americans. She is running to represent all Americans. So with this, of course, I thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and I look forward to you hopefully joining Hillary for America in our effort to take back our nation. Thank you so much for coming.
What we're going to do is we're going to have Ellen speak, and then we're going to have some questions of both of them.